ladies and gentlemen, in my August THORnews fundraiser, I've only got $1,329 left to raise because y'all are so awesome. If you'd like to contribute to help keep THORnews up and running, I got a post box you can send to, a PayPal, a Venmo, a CashApp, a Patron, and a whole lot of love for you, Asteroid Fight Club. All right, let's get to it. This is a night shift, laid back video, and I'm kind of exhausted because July was kind of insane and pretty intense, and it ain't over yet. Brian Wolven, hey, he turned on the wildfire and air quality overlays in my radar weather map app, and now I'm thinking that was a huge mistake. We definitely live in crazy times, you know? So if you ever get a good mood, embrace it with both hands and then kiss it with your face. I guess anyway you look at the map right now, it is pretty crazy. You've got tons of monsoonal warnings and watches up in the southwest and even into the northwest almost. We're talking like Montana, Idaho, Oregon, Colorado. Did I say Wyoming? All right. So, and then you got the heat down here, and then all the vampire fog. Earthquakes be back in the news. Strange sounds. Dangerous M61 earthquake in Peru injures 43 people, damages infrastructure, and triggers landslides and large cracks in the ground. Things are definitely unstable, and by my predictions, they will probably remain unstable till 2023, 2024. So it is best to continue to solidify your emotional and mental health whenever and wherever you can. This is in Peru. As you can see, the ground has cracked. Hey, congratulations to Southern California. You guys have gotten some thunderstorms. Seems like a rare occurrence for 2021. You've got some debris flow somewhere near Joshua Tree Park. Yeah, this monsoon season seems to be more wetter than usual ones. That's my opinion. Rock slides, mudslides seem to be happening quite a bit. This is from Colorado, I believe. Portions of Nebraska, Kansas, Wyoming, and Missouri. I guess Iowa, not you, Wyoming. You guys are under severe thunderstorm watch until 2 a.m. You got Miami, Arizona, still having some issues with their monsoonal season. That's a bit of a mudslide, landslide, water slide. I guess it's not really a landslide. My brain is fried because, you know, it's been a wild year, man. And 2020 wasn't no piece of cake either. I don't know if you knew that. It's interesting that over the last week or two, all the rain seems to be shifting to the west. I just think that's interesting. Hey, baby, how do you feel about a backdoor cold front inbound? Well, if that's what you want, here, I'm giving it to you. Eric Webb showing us that, we are going to get a cool down. And I still think it's fascinating that just over a week ago, we had 6 sunspots on the sun, and then it dropped to none, and we're still at none. So, not surprised to see the cold shot coming. The sun has still been fairly active with backside coronal mass ejections, though. But yeah, it's definitely going to sleep. I can feel it. I'm one of the people who, I get high energy when we get sunspots, and then I get low energy when we have no sunspots. So, but it helps me chill out with you on a Friday night. And so we're watching the Ring of Fire, United States side and Central America side, because you had the 8.2 up here, which is the biggest earthquake we've had in the USA in 50 years. You had the 5.1 down here, and then you had the 6.1 in Peru. So will we see some type of a quake in here? I don't know, maybe. Satellite footage is extra glitchy. Oh, and if somebody contributes or donates tonight, I've decided I'm going to do what I haven't done in a long time. I'm going to go to Jack in the Box. I'm going to buy like $6 worth of tacos. I still think they have 2 tacos for $1. I don't know. Maybe with inflation, it's not like that anymore. I'm in the mood just to eat a bunch of trashy tacos. I don't know if you've ever had them. They're really good tacos. But yeah, dude, I've been watching this, I don't know, for like a week, 10 days now. Because whatever's happening over here is just super fat. I can't get enough of it. I mean, that's just an interesting situation, man. Yeah, it looks like a square. Straight lines. Someone was like, Mother Nature never makes straight lines. And I was like, okay, then describe a tree. They're usually straight line going up. Well, that's not true. I was just trying to be funny and totally failed. Look at that line up there. Man, from the looks of it, this is super rainy. Which reminds me, oh man, I'm going to have to put a red alert up in this business. You'd be like, but why, Thor? I'm like, okay, I'll tell you. A, look at that giant heavy rain strip that goes from like zoop all the way down, almost all the way up. And then, here comes the kicker. It's a freak ton of rain, dude. This predicts over the next week, you're getting anywhere from 5 to over 10 inches from Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and these wonderful states. And then you might even get some yellow, which would be, over 10 inches. So you got some heavy, and there's no hurricane activity predicted by anybody for the next 2 weeks. So that's a whole lot of rain. And then you're still going to be getting a lot of monsoonal rain up into New Mexico and this state. I believe it's, I don't know, dealing with mud and rocks that are covering the road, says Andy Stein, as you climb towards a tunnel from Silverthorne in Colorado. Maybe I'll have more energy to talk about the coronavirus in August. Anyway, hospitalizations have jumped to 46,000 in the USA since March, and they were at like 12,000 like a month and a half ago. So that is a large expansion today. We had over 100,000 cases. Then they had the Lollapalooza with like 100,000 people. So definitely August and September, and then going into the winter, are going to be wild and weird. As I said before, I think we're about halfway through the pandemic. We've got about another year to go, at least 10 months. I think things will improve in April of 2022, but it's going to be kind of crazy and in a lot of areas, no fun until then. Pictures from last night, this morning in Aylestad, New Hampshire, show extensive flash flooding and washed out roads. This along and New Hampshire Road 123A, after just 2 to 4 inches of rainfall in about 6 hours. Yep, the infrastructure's been taking a beating. Vermont infrastructure also taking a beating. Look at that. Man, that got toe up from the flow up. Literally. Short-term reverse repos from the Federal Reserve cracked the 1 trillion mark for the first time ever. That's like people needing to borrow cash overnight in 48 hours and then having to pay it back. Talking about $1 trillion worth of that stuff. And for the hottest June on record, Finland is now battling its largest wildfire in 50 years. This is the Dixie Fire. Yesterday in Boot Meadows, Pyrocumulus reached 40,000 feet. It seems like this fire has been burning for a long time. This is video from the Arizona-Miami flood. I mean, that looks like that'll knock you off your feet, bro. You don't want to be standing anywhere near that. That looks nasty. Super duper nasty. If I understand correctly, this is a road. I may not understand correctly. Maybe it's a creek. But I saw some picture of them showing how the roads were built there. So I'm a little confused. And remember, Carolinians, you are now in the 12 seasons of Carolinas, and this would be hell's front porch. And then comes false fall. And then comes second summer. And then we get to actual fall. I still think it's weird that it's hotter up here and up here than it is down here. But whatever. This part of the Pacific is lit over the next 5 days. For now, it looks like Hawaii is pretty dang safe. Remember, this pattern at some point will switch over into the Gulf of Mexico and the Atlantic. And those will be some interesting days. We've definitely gotten a break for like a month. And that is good news. You know, in many ways, 2021 is going to be like a great science experiment. Very interesting indeed. All right. So this is your late night Friday, end of July THORnews update. And I got tacos and rent on my mind. And I would love to give you guys an awesome August. And you know the second half of the year is going to be nuts. So if you'd like to contribute to keep THORnews up and running, you know how to do it. You guys are really smart, and I appreciate you greatly. And we only got $1,329 left to raise with 4 days left to go. Super duper thank you to Asteroid Fight Club, JL, Andrea. How's that? Wizard of Oz, the Stephanie, Dusty Moon, Charles, the Big D, Cephas, Pep, Nancy, Darlene. Y'all are incredible. Supposedly there was another huge fireball meteor in the northern sky over Essex County a couple minutes ago. So if we get good images of that, I'll show it to you later. And you still got more major flooding, flash flooding in Arizona, so everybody be cool. Hey, everybody knows the second half of the year is going to be really rough for almost everybody in some way, form, or fashion. So let's all try and handle it with some style and some grace and some humor. All right, I know you can do it because you guys are Asteroid Fight Club. All right, stay cool. God bless everyone. Have a great weekend. Can't wait to talk to y'all soon.